And we are back. Welcome back in. If you're new, welcome. The Sarcastic Geek here for Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2, Episode 5, titled Avatar Day. And I have no earthly recollection, no pun intended, of what this episode could entail. As far as I can recall, back when I was little, Nickelodeon always seemed to do a lot of reruns pertaining to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and for the most part, it was usually stuff where it was Season 1 on repeat, or it was the very, very end of Season 3 on repeat. Season 2, for me, either I just missed the airtime entirely, or I just couldn't find it to begin with. So, here we are, Avatar. We're going to see what's happening with Avatar Day. I know we're getting closer and closer to being introduced to Toph, and probably one of the toughest arcs pertaining to Zuko out there. I don't know if we're going to get there today, but let's engage. Grab your snacks, pull up a seat, and as always, while you got some free time while I kill some more air, be sure to hit that like button, consider subscribing. Without further ado, though, let's get into that content you're looking forward to. Avatar: The Last Airbender reaction. Let's engage.
What are you doing in my mouth?
That's what she said. But also, Sokka, look, my dude, if you are somebody who has stored so long overnight that a spider was able to create a perfect web inside your mouth and then cohabitate your mouth, and you had no idea, but now you want to be mad at Momo for trying to save your life because this could have been a poisonous or venomous spider. I can't really tell the difference. What on earth gives you the gall to attack Momo like this? He's trying to save your life. And probably have breakfast is the real reason.
Give up! You're completely surrounded!
Come on, come on, come on!
You can't even just have a regular breakfast without, like, the Yuyan archers and some of their affiliates still attacking you. I'm just wondering who's giving the orders now that we've seen that Zhao was literally grabbed by the water spirit and dragged under, only to potentially never be seen again. Like, who just assumed the title right after him? Was it the guy who got demoted previously, or did we just give somebody else the new title? Asking for a friend.
Wait, my boomerang!
There's no time!
Oh, I see. So there's time to get your scrolls and time to get your staff, but no time for my boomerang?
That's correct!
Oh.
Oh, Sokka has really just gotten the low end of the totem pole on this one. But again, you were the first one on Appa. While everyone had time looking for their stuff, while you were just sitting on top of Appa, you could have gotten your stuff. So I want to feel for you, Sokka, because you usually do get the short end of the stick. Because, I mean, you got a girlfriend, had to leave. Got a girlfriend, turned into the moon. Now we're down a boomerang. I mean, when life piles on, when it rains, it pours, my dude.
Here's your produce ponytail guy.
I used to be boomerang guy.
Hey, Water Tribe money.
I hope that's okay.
So long as it's money. Have a nice Avatar Day.
Avatar Day?
You guys are going to the festival, right?
Yeah, we are, because, I mean, Aang's not going to miss an opportunity to just absolutely glaze himself. Are you kidding me? The arrow is pointing for exactly where he wants all the praise and adoration to go. So, we're going. Can't wait to see what's happening there.
Now a torch! That's a nice prop. It's bright, dangerous, smells manly, but I'm not sure I could carry it off.
Hey, what's that guy doing?
Down with the Avatar! Down with the Avatar!
I think we definitely got the wrong message. If you call it Avatar Day, I assume it's going to be great. It's like saying there's President's Day, but all we do is talk about all the terrible things they've done. I'm not even going to joke about Veterans Day because that's awful. But, like, you get the point. The name is misleading. And Aang is definitely taking the brunt of it for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Where did you get these?
What does it matter where they came from?
Zuko, Iroh knows you're losing your way. And while you are feeding everybody and surviving is important, losing who you are while you're surviving is kind of not the purpose of surviving. To survive, all of you has to survive. Losing yourself along the way means you just eked out a victory, but without you at the end, does it even matter? You're just crumbling bits and essence of yourself for nothing.
That party pooper's ruining Avatar Day!
That party pooper's my friend.
It's the Avatar himself! It's going to kill us with its awesome Avatar powers!
My dude, I get I'm bald, but like, come on. Has no one been talking about me? I saved the Northern Water Tribe by becoming a giant fish monster, and oh, okay, maybe they have a right to be a little afraid. We kind of did drag a person off into the depths of the ocean, never to be seen again, after we got done playing, a good game of pinball with Fire Navy ships. We're still not the bad guy, though.
It was Avatar Kyoshi. She murdered our glorious leader, Chin the Great.
You think that I murdered someone?
We used to be a great society before you killed our leader. Now look at us!
I don't think that reaction is going to help. Seeing someone's physical appearance is going, "Ah!" is just, it might be a bit much, because, like, there'd be some ugly people out there. I'm usually one of them. But at the end of the day, visceral reactions to them, very unnecessary. But something tells me that if Chin the Great was so amazing, maybe Kyoshi wouldn't have killed him. Kyoshi was about violence and about that action and, well, handled justice her way. I don't think she was someone who was just straight up seeking to go find people to kill. Not really her style, in my opinion.
No Avatar would. And it's not fair for you all to question his honor.
Let's tell her what we think of the Avatar's honor!
I do love a good fart joke. It's like if you've been following Knights of the Seven Kingdoms and you saw that one scene where the guy literally just let out the most visceral, gut-wrenching fart in response to things that were going on in the show, because I'm trying to avoid some spoilers. My goodness, was that hilarious. Awful, but hilarious. A good fart joke, I'm a sucker for. We're all kids at heart, folk. I don't know what to tell you.
You'll have to follow all our rules. That includes paying bail.
No problem. How was I supposed to know they wouldn't take Water Tribe money?
And 5 minutes. Just 5 freaking minutes. Think. The arrow says where your brain is supposed to be. Use it. But, makes that other vendor look really great by comparison.
I can't do that with people thinking I'm a murderer either. I need you guys to help prove my innocence.
How are we gonna do that? The crime happened over 300 years ago.
And we have 8 months to go save the world. I understand your honor is important to you. But Kyoshi had her chance, and regardless if she was right or wrong, ultimately, I'm not going to front the bill for something somebody else did. If I did it, boom, equal punishment. If I didn't do it, which I clearly didn't, how in the world am I going to be held responsible for it? No thanks.
Back home, he was famous for solving the mystery of the missing seal jerky.
Everyone wanted to blame it on a polar leopard, but I figured out it was Old Man Jarko wearing polar leopard boots. See, a real 800-pound polar leopard would have left much deeper tracks. Okay, I guess I am pretty good.
So you'll help me with my case?
Fine, but I'm gonna need some new props. I'm ready.
The most thinly veiled Sherlock reference there is, but again, it didn't take much for Sarcastic to get blown up, and it's kind of hilarious that it did, that they literally gaslit this man into believing he was the true detective behind this, because he couldn't even solve how he got put into this job title.
This temple and this statue were cut from the same stone. And we know that the statue was built after Chin died.
So if they were built at the same time, that means...
Shh! I want to solve it!
It's like Knives Out when someone is like trying to get ahead of the detective, and it's like, nope, you're not going to take my moment from me. But, fantastic movie series overall. God, I love those movies. Anyway, back to the content.
You got a bald head, some nice tattoos. You're going to fit in real well around here.
Do they have skinheads in Avatar? Because, I guess that would actually kind of make sense. You just have to be anti-firebender at this point in time, and you'd be actually kind of popular with everybody, because that seems to be the most common sentimentality, but... Well, Avatar has always done a very good job of literally saying that even within the best of nations, the ones helping us, like the Water Nation and the Earth Kingdom thus far, there are still people within it who are still terrible people. Because you can't just go, okay, there's 3 people here who are bad, all of them therefore are bad. They do a great job disseminating, like, no, there's a couple people here that are bad, but majority good people. Avatar, well, let's see what Kyoshi Island's like, because Sokka's about to go back and see his girl. Hopefully she's not too mad he tried to date the moon. What was that? What earthly reaction was that? I've seen superfans. Trust me, I've seen superfans. That's unhealthy. See a doctor.
So, what's Suki up to? Is she around?
Actually, she and the other warriors left to fight in the war. You kids had a big impact on Suki. She said you inspired her, and she wanted to help change the world.
Well, we can't see our ex or current, I don't know. Sokka's love life is rather complicated, but it's nice that they inspired them to go, try and change the world, albeit it is through force, and it is a time of war. So it's like we may have unknowingly sent them to their deaths. Hopefully not. I would prefer Suki alive. She was a great character, and she had a huge impact on pulling Sokka's head out of his rump.
These were her boots? Her feet must have been enormous.
The biggest of any avatar.
Wait a minute. Big feet? Little footprints? There's no way!
Special outfit, hat and pipe, these things mean anything to you?
Sokka's like, please, just let me have this. I am down a boomerang. One of my girlfriends is the moon, and the other is now in the war. I would just like to be a detective. Let me have this.
This girl you're talking about, she'll come around. You just gotta hang in there.
You think so?
Sure. Yeah.
You're a catch.
I don't know.
Hey, you're smart, handsome, funny. Not to mention you're the Avatar.
You guys are great.
Did Aang just make friends with criminals? I mean, he is rather charismatic, and these guys could just give off a very bad first impression. Because, you see someone in jail, not a good start. You see someone in jail fully tattooed, not a great start. Fully tattooed and bald with bad bedside manners, extra bad start. So, the fact that now they're all just, sitting around a nice little kumbaya circle talking about their day, and Aang's intimate feelings for Katara is rather interesting. But good for Aang, making friends in highly unlikely places.
This ceremony didn't take place at sunrise. It took place at sunset. Look at the shadows.
They point east, so the sun must have been in the west.
So what?
If Kiyoshi was in the ceremony at sunset, she couldn't have been in Shin committing the crime. She has an alibi.
I do love how he literally just removed Katara from the picture entirely. He's like, you're not taking my shine on this one. You've taken the last two. I'm going to make sure I get mine on the third. Albeit it was probably too much force, but again, brother and sister, these things can't happen.
We did an investigation and found some very strong evidence.
Evidence? That's not how our court system works.
Then how can I prove my innocence?
Simple. I say what happened, and then you say what happened, and then I decide who's right.
I feel like we should have distinguished that fact first before we agreed to this. Because a court system that is literally not being held in check by anything else, it's not balanced. And a legal system that's not balanced will always end up becoming inevitably corrupt. It's why most government systems have checks and balances. Otherwise, you get him, and he is just going to decide to do whatever the hell he feels like it because he can, or whoever paid him the most to say certain things, he will do. And that's just that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to tell you what really happened, and I will prove it with facts. Fact number 1.
The footprints.
Oh, yeah. You see, I have very large feet.
Maybe we should get someone who's slightly more charismatic. This is like the person who did literally all of the research for your group project for homework and was going to give the presentation, but the teacher knew that the person who did literally all of the work shouldn't also have to present all of the work. Therefore, it was actually an even project. So they get the person who was just staring off into space or texting their significant other the entire time and made them present, and they're like, got the Spark Notes abbreviated version just minutes before, and, well, they're winging it, and I don't think our group project grade's gonna go great.
But where did you get the money?
Do you like your new teapot?
To be honest with you, the best tea tastes delicious whether it comes in a porcelain pot or a tin cup. I know we've had some difficult times lately. We've had to struggle just to get by. But it's nothing to be ashamed of. There is a simple honor in poverty.
There's no honor for me without the Avatar.
Zuko, I get there's no honor for you without the Avatar. We all perfectly understand that, and we actually probably, by this point in time, all sympathize with you to some extent. We still don't want Aang turned in, but we still would like some kind of in-between if it's possible. But you're not going to have any honor left if you continue doing what you're doing. What you're doing is just trying to create a barrier between you and your feelings. Being poor after being rich is probably the biggest middle finger to Zuko after everything he's been through. Because sure, he was basically kicked out and exiled from his entire nation. But he still had the perks of being royalty. Now that those are gone, he feels so far dejected from his family, he's willing to do anything to try and make sure he has some comfort. And I'm not saying he's not allowed to have things. What I am saying, though, actively, is maybe robbing everybody in a mile vicinity to ensure that your feelings are taken care of might be a bit wrong. We only take what we need, and at this point it seems somehow we have ended up in abundance. Maybe just tone it down a little bit. I'm not saying don't survive, I'm just... Eventually you're gonna have to run headfirst into your feelings, and no matter how you brace them, they'll be there. They'll show up.
Even if you did capture the Avatar, I'm not so sure it would solve our problems. Not now.
And there is no hope at all.
No, Zuko. You must never give in to despair. Allow yourself to slip down that road and you surrender to your lowest instincts. In the darkest times, hope is something you give yourself. That is the meaning of inner strength.
I mean, hope is strength. That's literally what it is. Hope is something that you can't physically manifest. You can't even show somebody what hope truly is through actions. You just either have it or you don't. And by having it, others can be like, wow, he's so strong, he's so uplifting, he's got such a positive mood. Hope. Or vice versa, just, wow, he's just really digging his own grave, and he's really just crying about everything going on in his life, and rather than making a change, he's just accepting that things are going wrong. See the difference? Hope for Zuko is everything, and his hope right now is Iroh. He loses Iroh, he might fall into despair, but again, we might have to hit rock bottom before we climb back up.
I'm going to call Avatar Kyoshi herself.
What are you doing?
Well, she is Aang's past life. Maybe wearing her stuff will trigger something.
Did we rob Kyoshi Island? We weren't allowed to touch, so I'm sure take is not high on our list either. Katara, this is a Hail Mary of a Hail Mary. But hey, if you've seen sports at any moment in time, you know certain things can be possible. Just right now, it's very unlikely.
Court finds the Avatar.
I killed Chin the Conqueror.
Oh. This is not someone you want to resurrect from the dead. Let her stay where she was. Kyoshi was something.
On that day, we split from the mainland.
Aang has this in his back pocket. Maybe we could have just gone the Avatar state. But again, that would have, bypassed and speedrun the whole operation, and none of the great emotional hitting aspects of the show would have been able to take root or take place. I'm not also going to, just bash this guy because he's short. Because, Napoleon was tiny as well, and he caused a lot of problems too. So, at the end of the day, maybe not being arrogant around the Avatar could kind of be our best foot forward.
So, what just happened?
You kind of confessed. Sorry.
And I find you guilty.
You gotta love that Aang was doing a mocking Kyoshi voice, and then next thing you know, Avatar Kyoshi steps forward, and it's like, oh God, oh God. But luckily she has a sense of humor about that, I hope.
Uncle, I thought a lot about what you said.
You did? Good.
It's helped me realize something. We no longer have anything to gain by traveling together. I need to find my own way.
That's tough. Zuko's doing what he believes is best for himself, and trying to find his own path is it. This is the best thing for him. Iroh has given him all the tools and proverbs and sage advice he can. It's either at this point he uses them and goes the path of honor, or he discards them and goes the path of dishonor in order for success. Interesting to see what's going to happen to him, but you have to feel for Iroh now, who literally just let his adoptive son just walk out on his life and hope he's going to do what's best. But again, isn't that really what parenting is? You just try and raise your kid to be as good a person as you hope they can be, and then just one day to go, here you go, here's the real world, figure it out.
The accused will now spin the wheel of punishment to determine his sentence.
I said I would face justice, so I will.
On torture machine!
Eaten by bears! Razor pit!
Community service! Please stop on community service.
Who built the Wheel of Punishment? Asking for a friend. I'm sure it's a fun game show for those not participating, but yeah, can't be good.
We've come to claim this village for the Fire Lord. Now show me your leader, so I may dethrone him.
That's him over there!
You, Avatar, do something!
Gee, I'd love to help, but I'm supposed to be boiled in oil.
There, community service! Now serve our community and get rid of those rhinos!
I mean, it's not honorable, and it kind of like defies most of what's happening in the episode. But again, a kid's show, and I have all the cards in my deck, so I'm gonna play them. You need my help, you're gonna play my way. Is that morally correct? No. But we can't be held up or burned alive because we kind of have to save the world in 8 months, and we keep seeming to neglect that fact for literally everybody.
Boomerang! You do always come back!
I'm happy he got his boomerang back, but I just hope that house was empty. We're causing a lot of property damage right now, and yeah.
From now on, we'll celebrate a new Avatar Day in honor of the day Avatar Aang saved us from the rough rhino invasion.
What is this?
That's our new festival food. Unfried dough. May we eat it and be reminded of how on this day the Avatar was not boiled in oil.
I kind of like the previous one better. Deep fried foods is a passion of deliciousness. And I for one, can be a glutton. So the fact we're kind of dodging that seems dishonorable. If I'm the Avatar, I'm going to have some input on that. Like, I'm not saying it has to be deep fried animals, but like, deep fried dough, we can work with that. Add some cheese on there, some garlic butter. We can make something happen.
Happy Avatar Day, everyone.
This is by far the worst town we've ever been to.
Yep. Sokka, I have to agree with you. But that was Avatar Day, and it's kind of a shame that I don't remember much of the episode previously, because this was a solid episode. That was easily the worst group of people to ever be around, and more or less they got what was coming to them, but they didn't really probably learn anything, as most people don't. The real crux of this story is that Zuko is no longer with Iroh. What path he will choose, what path he will take, how he's going to live his life is finally on his shoulders. He's been given all the tools, whether it's been Ozai, his mother, or Iroh, and now we just kind of have to see what man he's going to become. Because currently, 16 years old, everyone thinks, oh, I know all the answers, I know exactly what to do, I know how to handle myself. And then you get in the real world and you're like, oh, I don't know nearly as much as I thought I was going to know, and now I gotta kind of figure things out. Will Zuko become a great man, or is he going to become, well, more like his dad? Stay tuned. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to consider subscribing as well if you enjoy the content. As always, we're also now on TikTok, where I'm just posting all the shorts over there, so if you feel like giving that a follow, go ahead and do so. I don't have a earthly idea how TikTok works, but we're just giving it a try, seeing what happens, and we'll see how long the account lasts. I created an account for another thing where I was just only doing shorts over there, and it got deleted within a day. Apparently they don't like Skyrim. But hey, I've been the Sarcastic Geek. I'll see you in the next one.